My avocado seedlings seem to be doing pretty good. There's a couple leaves here and there that show some, you know, insect activity here and there, but overall, I'd say it's pretty good. This one, I don't know what's going on with it. It's kind of wrinkly leaves. I repotted it twice, which might be the issue. Maybe I'm messing with it too much, right? And these are coming up. This a little spindly. I don't like that so much. I like, you know, most of these are pretty thick stalks, you know, which is what I'm trying to go after. And some of these are more new additions. Like they haven't sprouted yet. And if they don't sprout in the next couple weeks, you know, I'll check the root system. Maybe it's just building a ton of roots, which would be great. And but if they're just not really doing a whole lot, I chunk them. So I went to Vigorous Growers, and that's not avocado down there. That's Cuban oregano, Mexican mint, whatever. Like the things are crazy. So I was over at the neighbor's house. She's about 90 years old, and she's nice enough to let me take some of her avocados off her trees, and especially the ones over her roof that wake her up in the middle of the night as they fall. So I was doing that and saw her gutters had weeds in there, and then one of the weeds was actually an avocado sapling. I mean, it's trying to grow pretty well. So, I mean, so it must have fallen and rotted and started rooting in her gutter. So I pulled it out. So I'm going to plant this guy today. I mean, this guy wants to grow. So I'm not going to argue with him. I'm going to let him grow. And so that's, you know, obviously I mean, it looks like a pretty good root bed. I mean, for being in a gutter with no dirt or anything, that's pretty amazing. And let's see. So one of these Catalinas, this one over here, you know, I repotted it, and when I did, I took it out of the, these are all store-bought. I mean, this Catalina looked horrible, and it still doesn't look good. And there's like a tiny little leaf, you know, growth. I mean, these look okay here, but it's just kind of sucking. And when I repotted it, I took it out of the pot. It had probably 20% of the root ball that I expected. I mean, there was like, I pulled it out and like, oh my God, there are like hardly any roots. So I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to try to save it. But, you know, if it's just got a weak root stock that it was put on, you know, it just may be a victim of what it is. And some of these I repotted and they just haven't taken off yet. Like that's a Donny. Here's an Oro Negro, and you can see there's a nice flushing of leaves and growth coming out. Along with the other ones, they're doing really good. So it's just that Catalina that's not doing great. There's another Catalina here, and you can see it's very different. I mean, it's got lots of good growth, and this also was looking really sad. Now my Simmons, they've shot up, and all these store-bought ones came, you know, they always support the heck out of them. And the most I like to do is like lean them up against something, or, you know, so they can feel the wind and move around and build the stock nice and strong. And like this one needed just a little bit of support, but I still want it to move around. I mean, that's what I do. I'm new at this, but that's, you know, I gleaned a little bit from some other guys and gals out there growing avocado trees, and that's what I'm doing. So, you know, like, was this a Donny? I mean, it's not supported at all. It's just growing up good. I got tan all over the place. I mean, it's crazy. So I just chopped those down and make, you know, support out of that. But they really don't need a whole lot of support now. I've had these for a few months, probably about 3 months. And they've grown, I mean, they've grown probably almost 2 feet. So they're doing pretty good. And here's another one. It's not supported except for it's leaning just a little bit. I want them to just kind of grow naturally. Give that a shot. And I don't know. I'm new. Feel free to comment if I'm doing something wrong. I'm always willing to take advice where I can get it. And like, I know these are packed too close together. I need to spread these out. So that is gonna happen here in the next couple days. I just need to work on my nursery area because it's kind of a mess right now. I'm trying to work on my vegetable gardens, tomatoes and carrots and cucumbers and a bunch of stuff going on, kale and green beans. They're starting to sprout pretty good. And then of course it's everything grown pretty much by seed. Not everything, like the lemongrass, it's not grown by seed. It's from the neighbor's yard. And like the coffee plant, that's not from seed. I bought that one and it's doing okay. It's not great. Yeah, that's avocado and some Christmas tree palms and some store-bought onions, black sapote seeds going. They're not sprouted yet. Breadfruit. So that's what it's looking like right now. There's a whole lot of sugar apples. Some aren't looking great. Like these here, probably not enough sun. But you know, like this, like there's one next to it. It's more in the shade throughout the day. And this one, you know, the other one's not doing well. That's a bunch of moringa, not a bunch, it's a few moringa. And I have some various, who knows what kind of citrus. Some were sour orange, lime, and oranges, and grapefruit. So obviously whatever I planted here is doing good. And it just, you know, potpourri of different stuff.